Everyone, welcome to my channel for the web development for the beginners. We have completed the front end part, we have started the back end part, we have understand about the RESTful APIs. So first of all, let's get back on the track by checking our Jira tool to track what need to be done, what are different things that are pending. So we are now in the Jira, and now you can see we are in the phase where we can see we have completed the design, database design, and we are working on the user part. So let's make it in progress first, and also let's find timeline. Oh, so timeline is not there, so let's set that timeline. So for user, let's say we want to complete it by tomorrow, and then profile is also part of some part of user, so let's make it day after tomorrow. And then we will add post. So for post, let's make it on 2 days more, that is 11 of July. And then notification again 2 days more, 13 of July. Comments we will add again 2 days more, 15th of July. So API we will take one more extra days because that can be possible that there could be find error and it take more time. So let's set that timeline. And then backend development will be finished by, let's say, 2021 22. So there is a part of testing as well, so also let's make that as 21 itself. So by 21st we will be developing these things, and we have started the user APIs. So let's get back on the code. What are the things we have done till now? So in the code you can see yesterday we were creating these things, like we are creating sign up APIs, and that has been imported in the app.py. So in the users.py we can see different things. First is the post API for the sign up, in which we taken the argument, and based on the argument we checked if anything is there or not. Now we checked that if already exists or something. So then we showed this, and then we created database in the created data in the database. So few things which are missing in this page. As you can see, we are saving password in a plain manner, right? A plain text. But what happens if our database get exposed? So our password becomes visible. So we don't want to do that. And also we understand the JSON object should be the output. So this is not a JSON output. So we will also convert this to JSON output. So let's first convert everything into JSON output, then we will understand the password, what to do with the password, and what are the things required for that. So for JSON object, we in Python itself dictionary works like that way. So we'll convert that way, and these are the 400 error basically, and that should be message. So what we will do again, do the same task. So you can see we are adding these things in dictionaries, and dictionaries acting as an object. So JSON object. So how does it means? So this is the key and its value. So everything in a key value pair is known as object type in the JSON. So we are making like that. So whenever we require, we will do those things, and then let's make the status code change. So what does the status code mean, and what are different values we require? Now for post confirmation, this should be 201. So these are the basic things. We have checked it out, and now what we want? We want to change our password, something like we can have checked it back. So for that, what we do? We do hashing. So hashing is a technique through which through which we take some text and hash is something in a way that no one can read it until it get checked by or unhashed. So there can be multiple method of hashing. So one can use a one can use SHA-256, one can use other industrial hashing techniques like PGQs, and we there are more of that. So we will be using one of the hashing techniques, and generally it follows SHA-256, and we will using for that we will using library of workjug, that is workjug. So we will importing that. Import create password hash, check password hash. So to confirm this, let me check on the website. It's check password hash, create password hash, generate password hash. So it's not create, it's generate. So now first thing we are posting and creating the user. So to make password, hashing the password. So hashed password will be generate password hash of password, and we will be saving hashed password. Now these things are ready. We have created these things. So what is this parser? Parser is something that parses input data, arguments takes input from mm, the API's data. Now validating presence of arguments like email, password, username, and phone. Then what we are doing? Validating with database if it's present or not. So now we are doing these things, creating timestamp and universal unique user ID. Now adding that too, and we are ready with the post sign up APIs. So let's check it works or not. So how to check that? We can use for now we can use the Postman, and for Postman let's sign in. So you can also install it through extensions. So we will use Google itself. So now it is created. We are logged in. So let's create another connection and name it as Socio Connect collection. In that, let's create one new HTTP request. So it's a post. URL is the localhost 5000 sign up. Now, what should body content? Body content a JSON object with username as test. For now, password will be test. Email will be some test at the rate test.com. And finally, phone will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So I have created this. So first let me start the server. We are saving this. We have added the body raw, and let's send this. So now you can see it shows some error in the database. Why it happens? Because there could be a possibility of errors in the code. see the user table. So it's a user ID. Let's see what the error is. Let's try again one more time. Let's see what this error mean. Okay, so it doesn't create a string format. So let's convert that into string format. Now save it. The server get restarted, and we will retry that. So now you can see it says 201, and in database you will see a data has been added. So now you can see the password you can not see. What does this mean? We don't know. So we got the point that UID4 is universal type of data object. So it's not a form of a string, and we have set the database in form of string. So that's why it's getting the error. Now it has been rectified. So now one more thing is there. We have created this. Let's suppose someone log in, but at the time of login, again the password will be sent to the backend in the form of plain text. It is not hashed. Now how to check that in a database? So let's make the login API, and based on that we will work on those things as well. So now we will make a class login again with the resource. where this will be, this is a login resource. For our application. Again, it will be a post request. Why post? Because again, it's sending the data to check and then we are validating that. So most of the thing will remain the same, like parser, arguments. So we are taking username and password only. So this will be again, it will be args equals to parser dot get argument. Now username is equals to so now again we will check username and password. So this time what we does, this time we will again create user, temp user. That will be again from the user query, user dot query dot filter by with username equals to username dot first. Now if temp user अगर ये होगा, then we will match if check hash password. So the hash password will be temp user dot password comma password. So if both matches, because internally how does it work? So it will convert password into hash password or unhash the uh, password of the database, and if both are the same, then it matches. Otherwise it don't match and it result false. If matches, then we will return. First of all, what we will do, temp underscore user equals to dot access token, or there was written JWT token, I guess. So let's confirm in the database itself. So it's JWT token and we want to add something. Let's create JWT token. And where this will come from? So now this will come from import JWT. Now in the app.py and config.py, we will set. So let me show you something. PyJWT. So what is this thing? So this is JavaScript web token or JSON web token, which is used to represent the claim security between two parties. And whenever we use this, we require a cost, but we require also setup. So we will see how to set up that. And let me show you something. So now you can see we have to set this key secret to work this. So we will do JWT token setup in Python. So let's see this. So we have to install this. So we will install this. For that, let me open a new terminal. Or it's running is of no use. So let's install here itself. And I want to add this here as well. Now everything need to be set up, like in configuration it states to configure JWT keys, secret key. So for now, let's suppose we want to say it as Socio Connect, but this should be a secret key. So in the next session or by on tomorrow, we will see where we'll import this from. And then let's say you have saved this. Set up this as well. So this setup will be done on the app.py. Here we have to import. So from Flask, JWT underscore extended. import JWT manager. Now in the users.py from Flask underscore JWT underscore extended import create access token. So now let's create access token for user name. And here we require Marshall bit. But let's say instead of Marshall bit, we have checked all of this. Everything has been validated that it is true. Token is generated and everything is generated. Now we want to send the data. So what we will do? We will do return message as data fetched successfully. Or you can write, it should be better, user validated successfully. Now I want to send the data, but I know data will be in form of this. So now username will be username itself, comma, password will be, we will not send password, but what we will send, uh, we will send JWT token, or we will send name is access token that will be used on the front end whenever. So now that will be temp user dot JWT token. To store that, what other things it will send no more thing. So only two things will send to the front end with the status code of 201 because it's a post request. Now let's see what the problem it's stating. Statement must be separated by new line or semicolon line number 6. It's not should be important, it should be from. So this type of data should be there. And now in the app.py, now if it's not there, so it's again, it should return First, it creates a token and send this thing. Or instead of that, let me write that JWT token is equals to, let's move this on the upper part, and this should be JWT token, and it will become like this. Otherwise, what it should return? It should return user not found. There's two things. If password doesn't match, then it should also return password doesn't match message. It's a status code of uh, 400, 401. 401 is unauthorized, so doesn't match is about the 400, not found is 404. Similarly, here message should be user not found with 404. So now we have set up this, so add it in the here. So again, it will be API dot add resource dot login, comma, slash API slash login. So again, we will start the server. In this, we will again create one new request, where again it will be post localhost API login. In the body, in the raw form, in the JSON object, what we will send? We will send username as test and password as password or test. So now again, the login is successful because it's everything matched. And let's say we send it something like this, test. So what does it send? So it sends 404 not found, right? And the response code is password doesn't match. So I hope this is useful for you to till here. And by tomorrow we will look on the profile page. So let's mark this in the Jira that we have completed the user, and we will start with the profile from tomorrow. So until then, goodbye, keep learning. Thank you.